To address the issue of properly starting and stopping the Twitch bot in a separate thread while ensuring that self.twitch I see, the issue here is that you want to check if the Twitch manager is running and exit early if it's not.
All right. We're going to see how this goes here. Kind of having the brainstorm how to go about this here. See how we're going to do this. See how just give me a couple minutes and I'm gonna figure this out here. So this stream, I'm trying to make a video and demo something. So it's gonna take me a minute and just have to think of how to go about this. I have an idea. And we're just gonna have to see how it goes. Definitely not the screen that I wanted. Thank you, Obs. Right, we're gonna see how this goes in a sec. Something like that. Just to try and demo the whole flow. You just have to remember to keep it here. Hey, there's my desktop. So my purpose for this live stream, I'm going to try to demo something. Just trying to get the script in my brain together here on the flow that I'm going to try to demo. But I'll get there. I'm going to show something off. I wrote a chatbot for YouTube in particular. And we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to demo it. Because the reason why is because I want to get an increase in quota for the tokens, which the YouTube live stream is limited by compared to Twitch, which is a bit strange. So I'm going to demo the whole flow in a bit here. And it's going to flood the chat. But that's okay. As long as I get through the whole demo through the tokens, there's different flows I have to cover. So I have to cover the start, the stop, stop, load, pause, resume, switch, and betting, as well as stopping the program before bet is processed. The starting song, stopping the song with low accuracy, pausing the song, resuming song, switching a song, betting on a song, stopping the program before the... Oh, I have another thing to add here. Documents, get, private, YouTube database, bet statistics, transactions, user points history, browse data, nothing there yet. Transactions, they're there. User points, I have that. User points history. All right, I got all that. Cool. Getting ready to demo this. Should go pretty good, I think. I got all the stuff. It's functional. It's working. The only thing I need is a script. So my intention is to get higher quota. Let's see how this goes. Will that chroma key work? Kind of. Fun. Damn, I should have did the NVIDIA camera. Or how's that? Good enough? Maybe like moving between the monitors. All right. So give me a couple minutes and I'll be right back and see how it goes. All right. Almost there. Almost time to demo. Okay, is it demo time? Try to do this in a take or two. Okay, so here we go. 8:53 p.m. Let's see if we could remember that as a start time. Gonna cut up this video later on as a clip and then take a highlight of it. Ignore the division by 0 above me here. So the goal of this particular video live stream is to demo a flow for the YouTube Livestream Chatbot that I have made over the weekend. So I just want to preface this by I only spent a weekend on this current version. I spent one day on the Twitch version and then one day on getting the Twitch version working into a version that'll work with YouTube. So, starters, let's go over the code. So, the introductory statement that I should make here is that this is a rhythm game. The intention of this program is that I plug in my guitar. It's like Guitar Hero and it's like Rocksmith. There's notes that move along the screen and you start the song and then each note comes down, at the correct time. What I mean by that is that this is a Guitar Pro 5 file. I had to open it up and then look at every note and get it displaying at the right time and all that stuff. So the idea is every note is assigned a frequency. And then when I plug my real guitar in, this program detects my real guitar and I play it. And then the program determines if the note is a hit or a miss. And then I log all that data and I put it in a JSON format. So hold on, I know I started the song. Let me just stop it. I have a debug mode on that's emulating me playing the guitar by saying, hey, this that's another story. There's a setting, debug note hit. I set that to true. And so it thinks that I'm hitting every note. So I bring that up because you go to stats, and when you go to stats, you could choose which song that you just did. So like the most recent one, June 17th, today, I could click into it and it shows me all the stats. Like that one, I did 54% accuracy. That's because I stopped the song halfway through. Otherwise, it would have went 100%, like you get everywhere else here is 100%. It's above 100 score. It's above 100 score because I have score that does streak. The more you hit in a row, the more points you get. So that's, I hit 100%. Of course, I'm going to get a streak. But what I want to demo in particular, and this relates to what I'm trying to demo, this whole stats accuracy, because I made a chatbot for live stream, and I'll just go over. Usually don't share source code, but in this case, I will because I have this class right here called the Stream Manager. You see, this is part of my song creator project. Usually, I don't share this much stuff, but it's for the sake. I'm okay with sharing a chat bot. Um, it's all right. It's not the end of the world. So first of all, I have a stream manager. It's like the main parent class, and then I have the YouTube manager, which inherits the stream manager. So you're going to see some functions inside. You're going to have to excuse me where I'm looking to. I have 3 monitors, so it's a bit off. But anyways, um, so I have this stream manager. I have this YouTube manager. So first off, we start with the stream manager. You have to excuse how the database manager mentions Twitch. It's actually um, by default Twitch, and then you go to the YouTube manager, and it's actually YouTube. So I have different databases. We'll get into that later in a little bit. Um, so just a part of the code. So seeing as this is a song, rhythm game, whatever. There's a song, you play it, you stop, you pause it, um, and you could switch the song, of course. But I mention all these events because these are the only events that I have right now that are registered for this program. So to start off, we had the stream manager like send, these are the methods to be overwritten, send message, send whisper. YouTube doesn't have a whisper, but I just have it in here for Twitch. So validate token, get user ID is streaming. So we have a function handle on process transactions. What I mean by don't get thrown off by the word transaction, although we are betting here. We're betting fictional points that have no currency other than the relevance inside the chat room, inside my local database. What we're getting there. I just want to give an overlay of the whole project from the dev perspective here. And then I know it may not make sense to go through the whole project program file from start to bottom, whatever. But here's song visualizer, stream manager, stream manager, stream manager. But I just want to show like behind the scenes what the code is right now. This is just one weekend, so it's just bare bones functional and covering just a limited scope just to show proof of concept, getting and it's functional. I mean, we'll get through it. So first of all, handle unprocessed transactions. This is what it means. So the idea is when I play a song, the user will be able to bet on what they think my accuracy will be for that playthrough. They're going to have 25% of the song length time to initiate that bet. So if the song length is 1 minute, they're going to have 15 seconds to bet, plus the leading silence time, which is 4 seconds, about 19 seconds. And I bring that up because later on there's like a little delay on YouTube compared to Twitch is a little irritating. And I know that's not helping my case here. I'm making this video to try to get an increased quota on my tokens. So I'm trying to demonstrate what my current functionality is for the chatbot. Currently it's disabled, but I'm going to enable it and I'm going to go through the commands here. So just bear with me. So far it's not even been 10 minutes yet, but I feel like I said 1,000 words. So this handle unprocessed transactions is for what if the user bets and suddenly the song stops? Well, sorry, if the user bets, if the song stops, it's two different flows. So when you bet, there's a minimum of 30% accuracy. Let me go in the order of the flow. So you have a start song, and then you have these timers, cancel timer, pause song, resume song, disable betting, disable that, switch song, stop song, process bets, run. So first of all, we start the song. That's the first step in the flow. So when the song starts, you get a message in the chat saying a new song is starting. Type a command, bet, exclamation point bet, and then two parameters. The first parameter is 30 to 100. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There. So that yeah, there we go. The first parameter is 30 to 100, and what that means is, well, you have a minimum of 30 and a max of 100, and then points. So you bet this is the expected accuracy. So the user will be like, oh, I'm gonna bet they're gonna get 70% accuracy on this particular song, and they're gonna bet the amount of points on that. So type bet number of accuracy, number of points to bet on my song accuracy. You have this many seconds to bet. So like I said, the bet disable time is the song length, 25% of the song length, so a minute is 15 seconds. So if the song's not started, then you go into that scenario where it says, hey, it's gonna kick off the initial prompt. This is your first time starting the song. And then the next thing is like, this is for when I stop the song, or and then it's because of the requirement for requiring 30% accuracy. If I stop the song somewhere up here, where is it? Nope, such a small file. How could I miss it? Stop song, right here. So there's two different forms of stop songs, right? What happens if I stop the song and I'm below the minimum 30% accuracy? Well, it's going to cancel the timers for the betting allowance. And it's going to still say that the song has been started. And so what that means is like, okay, I haven't met the minimum requirement. Well, the reason why I do this is because sometimes when I play, it takes me 2 or 3 tries to get the actual playthrough of the whole song. Sometimes I get 10 seconds in the song and I say, you know what? That's not good. I'm going to stop it here and I'm going to go to the next one. So I built this as a requirement saying, oh, in order for a bet to process, then I have to get expected 30% accuracy or more. So there's two different forms of stop song. One when I hit below the accuracy and one when I meet the accuracy. And so there's different formulas or algorithms for both. So when I start the song, um, first it's going to say, okay, if you didn't start the song, kick off the initial bet. Otherwise, if I have started the song and I didn't get the minimum requirement, 30% accuracy, the next time I start the song again, it's going to say, okay, restarting the bet for the song. Betting time has been extended. And that's what I'm trying to demonstrate all of these flows. Each flow I tested worked. I just didn't get to um, share it as much as I am now. Today's Monday. Just did this on the weekend. All right. So other than that, the start song continues. It's makes a bet disable timer, which is the 15 seconds or however long. It's the bet disable time, 25% of the song length. And then there's warnings and countdowns. Now, um, considering that each YouTube live stream API token hit whatever is a token is it goes towards your quota every time I send this. So I'm a bit worried of having this included at all because this is nice and all this warning and this countdown. So what this does is like it's additional warnings after the initial warning. Like so, okay, you start the song. Either way, if you stopped it once before or not, you get a message at the very start of the song, and then these warnings and these countdowns are like additional um, messages to the users through the live stream chat saying, hey, you still have time to bet for another this many seconds. So, for example, um, if the song bet disable time is 25 seconds, I have the warnings at 5, or sorry, if the bet disable time is at 25% of the song length, I have the warnings at 5%, 10%, 20% of the song length. And then I have a final um, warning countdown at the last 5 seconds of betting closing, just to get people pressing enter, bet, 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 like you got to get that countdown. Um, this is just bare bones, just functionality. Of course, it could be extended. Um, so that's the first. Actually, that's not the first action of start song because this handle unprocessed transaction is actually the first um, step that occurs when booting this up initially. That's because what happens if I stop the program and there's some bets that haven't processed? Well, let's get into the bets command first. So YouTube and Twitch have different ways of doing that logic in regards of checking the live stream chat and hooking a message to, a keyword, hooking a keyword in chat to perform a function. There's different ways of going about that between Twitch and YouTube. And YouTube, in my opinion, is far more token intensive. And YouTube, you have to grab the chat and manually define what's read and what's not. While on Twitch, Twitch has specific keywords that a user types and that's all it looks for. It's simpler. But anyways, let's go to the next function. So we went through start song, and then we could go through, well, there's more stuff. Cancel timer, actually not cancel timer. Oh, sorry. The timers are things that I start when the song starts, like bad disable timer on those warning countdown timers. They're globally defined timers because they're going to be referenced through other actions. So we went through start song and then pause song. Let's skip pause song for now. The moral of the story of skip and resume is regarding those bet disable timers, regarding those warning timers. They all have to track the time uh, and display correctly if I stop the song, or sorry, not if I pause the song. Those timers have to say, accommodate the time that's been passed, yada yada yada. So, for example, if the bet disable timer stops at 15 seconds and I pause the song at 5 seconds, I pause the song for 10 seconds. When I unpause the song, there's still 10 seconds remaining because 10 seconds of game song time have not passed. There's a difference of that timing. So that's the moral of the story. But yeah, there's switch song. What happens if you switch the song and the bets haven't processed? This is the main action that occurs when I start the song. For the first 15 seconds of a minute song, the users have the ability to type a bet and process a bet through the two parameters. And then, actually, this is the process bets. That's because I have the bet command inside of the YouTube. So let's come back to the stream manager and go back to this YouTube manager. So basically what the YouTube manager is doing, I'm just going to skip to the start, which is leading silent. I'm thinking of the flow. So when I start the program, it immediately looks for the latest broadcast, live stream automatically, authenticates it through a OAuth JSON file that I downloaded, and then the program points at. And I noticed that every time I open the program, it would automatically open the website, require me to manually authenticate. And the workaround to that is to download that token and store that token locally. So that's my current methodology from a private developer testing locally with 0 other users currently using this. I could say that down the line, sure, it could be different when there's users, when it's public or whatever. But this is literally just over the weekend dev testing functionality proof of concept that I'm going to demo here. So this basically, when when you set up a YouTube live stream, it's a rather complicated process to get the API compared to Twitch. For YouTube, you have to go on the website. I mean, both Twitch and YouTube, you have to get the same OAuth, right? But the YouTube, it just felt a little more difficult, and there's a limit to the quota. But that's beside the point. Once you get it working, it's working. There's same design between YouTube and Twitch on the live stream. But anyways, the goal of this is to try to get YouTube limit API up. And so far we're reaching 20 minutes on this video. I just want to describe the flow. So um, once the program logs in, finds the live stream, if you see here in the initialization, the very first thing that occurs is handling unprocessed transactions. That's because that's what happens. What happens if the program suddenly quits and I restart the program? Well, first I have to refund everybody because I never followed through with what people in chat bet on. They bet on me to get a certain accuracy or not. And if the program closes, well, I don't want to just take the points away from them. I have to refund it. So there's that process of, that's the first action of handling the unprocessed transactions, which looks for all the user points that looks for all the transactions for where users, hold on, transaction, sorry, it's another function, get unprocessed transactions. So I have a database of different stuff we'll go over later, but it just looks for like, oh, hey, the program, these guys haven't like, have these, their transactions are not processed. They put a bet in, but you got to refund them. So you update the status to refunded, and then you just update their points to their bet amount, refund them. And then it just gives it like an overall chat message saying, hey, Um, these many people have been refunded of this many points. So that's another token right there. Right when I start the program, I mean, sure, I could say if greater than 0, then just not display this message if no one's been refunded. But currently, I'm not there yet. So then here's the send warning message, send countdown message. Send message is just basically a global message. Oh, I have to go to the YouTube Manager one. So the YouTube Manager seat just sends a request. And I just did this URI replace because this is not a good idea, changing the HTTPS to HTTP. I was just debugging here. I don't really want to do that. But I did that because I was getting this weird SSL version number. And like version number error. I mean, the request would still go through. But I was just experimenting with this. You see, it's not pushed. I was just experimenting. But let's see what else. So there's no whispering on YouTube live stream, which means I can't private message a user as a bot, which would be useful if I could private message a user as a bot to tell them certain information. That there's a few things wrong with live stream chat. Number one, you can't read everything. Number two, you don't want your information, all of it, for everyone to read. If it's a bot that you're sending commands to, you need some sort of um, interface to connect with the bot and say, I want this option, I want this option, tell me about this. And that information in the public chat in a live stream is rather convoluted. So that's regardless of the point. You're going to have to limit the functionality to global messages, which is currently the case. So that's how I send messages. So we authenticate, we send messages. Now this is the interesting part. So this whole YouTube manager is a separate thread because what happens is Python Pygame, I have a main thread running Pygame, and this whole stream manager is a separate thread. So in some ways, I'm acting as a server, kind of, maybe, because I'm hosting the chatbot interface through this desktop software. And perhaps I could place it on a server instead and just have the client send API requests of whatever. I mean, although that's not much different of what I'm doing now, running a thread. I would have to run a thread because my Pygame loop, what's going on is when I hit start and all that, all the notes move. It's like that's a whole while loop, while true, while the song is active. Okay, so this is what I mentioned earlier, listening to chat. So I encountered something interesting here that I had to catch because with all the printing going on, well, I had more prints than this, and I cleaned it up and removed it. So this whole listen chat is rather interesting because it's not efficient if you ask me. The YouTube Livestream API, it's a bit questionable why it's designed this way. It's really inconvenient that it's designed this way, if you ask me. Like, so in order for me as a Livestream chatbot interface keyword dictionary lookup person to function correctly, in order to function correctly, I can't really like just define keywords that I'm looking for a user to say. Not that I'm aware of. I have to actively listen to the chat and manually define what chat messages have been read and what chat messages are unread and process all of the unread and place them as read. And that I have to question the logic. Sure, I got it down in 4 functions or 3 functions, whatever. But do I really have to define a process message file? And I really don't want a chat log. It's just the file stored locally of the whole chat. Because the reason why I do that is because if I don't do that, and I try to actively look for keywords, it's just gonna keep looking through chats over and over and over, reading the same thing over and over and over. And it's gonna process one bet as 10 bets every or however many times it loops over it. So you kind of have to manually define what has been read and not read, which is kind of baffling. But so let's say we're listening to the chat, okay? If message is not read, basically, then handle it. Okay? After you handle it, save it in that JSON and don't look at it again. So what it means by handling it is, well, it looks for certain keywords. First, it grabs the author, the username, display name, whatever, and it only looks for messages that start in the particular keyword. Points. I only have 3 in this version. Points, bet, and stats. So points says how much points you have. Bet is the command, you can bet on the accuracy for a number of points. And stats, that's like, I haven't used it that much, but it's like accuracy of how much you lost, how much you gained, how much you won, or how much you lost. So we have that. So if you do points command, here's the points function. User points, it gets the database to have a database manager, right? The database manager is a YouTube, and it makes the database if I have to. Otherwise, it's there. So listens to chat, handles the chat messages, points command, bet command. So here's the main juicy aspect. My whole goal is to give users I wouldn't say currency, because it's not real world currency. It's more the fictional, uh, you know, points. Whose line is it anyway? The points are made up and don't matter. But there's actually some logic behind the points. So the first introduction of the points is, well, betting on the song accuracy. Has to be the minimum. And see, I have send whisper, but the send whisper just redirects to send message. I don't like that. See, that what I can see this getting spammed. Bet 20, 100. Error. You can't bet less than 30 because it sends a message to the whole chat. It's going to be very irritating, I'm sure. That's because I can't send a private message type of message to the user. So the next one is, okay, well, you missed your time span to bet, or it's just not active because the song is not started, whatever. Well, just say betting is not enabled. Well, if you have 20 users and each of them say bet and it's not enabled, you're going to get 20 messages globally, which I'm not a fan of, but a proof of concept method, just showing functionality. This is what I got. Okay, next up we have, well, you want to bet, but you don't have that much points. I'm not going to let you do that. So it just sends a message. See, this is another example of a bad public message. You're going to shame someone for not having enough points because there's no functionality of whispering. You have to do it publicly. Okay, next up, now watch there be actual function to whisper, and I'm just not aware of it. Like I said, I have to give disclaimer. I only had a weekend to do this. So after that, if they do have enough points and betting is enabled and they are in the range of betting accuracy, if they've bet before, then the bet just gets updated. You know what happens if they bet twice? Well, it just gets updated to the most recent. Or the first time they bet, it just says, okay, you bet this with this points. And then there's just does local dictionary because it's, and then it just updates the database of reducing the person's points. You have to do that immediately. Otherwise, they're just going to spend the points because it never reduced it. That removes the whole point of betting. You have to put risk. And the next one is creating a transaction, which is basically required for the whole refund process of tracking bets that have not been refunded and the program stopped and it restarts. And you have to keep track of that. So then the stats command, so it says your stats are you bet this many times, you bet this many points, your average bet amount, and your biggest loss and biggest gain. And then we have other function is streaming. This is like, are you live streaming now? Yes or no? If yes, proceed with certain functionality. If no, then close. And we have a bailout, which is basically stopping the program suddenly without explanation. I had to hook that event and manually closed out the threads and process a message to chat saying, dang, the program crashed. So I made like over 100 session videos of the song visualizer, and now I get to like send the status of the software through chat and have interactive. So I have disable betting. That's after the 15-second timer if the song's a minute. Get live chat ID, list live chat messages, send live chat message. Okay, I went through that. Is it time to demo it now? All right, let me try. Okay, so I have this stream in the background because I have to do the chat. So we're gonna put okay, I'm gonna enable the YouTube manager on the software now. Give it a second. All right, I'm gonna start the bot right here, the YouTube bot. So the first flow, we're going to start the song, and then you're gonna see it start, and then it's gonna send a message in chat, and I'm gonna bet 100% accuracy for 100 points, and we're gonna let the bet process. So first, let me do points in chat. If it works, of course. SSL required. Just when I thought I had it, do I have to re-authenticate? Oh, good idea. 1 second. There's one thing that I changed right here. I need the import from this. I'm trying different request libraries. I think it's Eurolib3 request. I don't know. Let's try this and try again. If that don't work, then I'll try to re-authenticate. Let's try points again. I'm just looking at the terminal. Oh, dang, same thing. SSL is required for this operation. Hold on. That's what happens when you change stuff within a day.
This error message indicates that the request to the
Yes, yes. Let me try re-authenticating. I'll just fast forward the video. See how this goes. Oh, duh. I know the error. Hold on, sorry. I looked at it earlier. Let's remove that one line I did earlier. Right here. Try again. It's still listening. I registered the command. All right. See, there's a delay. That's okay. Points. There we go. I have 808.22 points. I have to zoom in to see that. 808.22 points. I'm just trying to move out the way here so you can see the chat. All right, so I'm gonna bet 100% accuracy on on here. Let me put this the correct. Well, you're just not gonna see the full clip. I'm trying to try to focus on the chat over the programmed song visualizer. But what I'm doing is because I just don't want to. Here, hold on. There. It'd be easier if I just do it like this. Here's a song visualizer. Okay, and I'm going to press start and play it. And then you'll see what happens. So, okay, bet 50. Let's do bet 100, 100. It's a bit of a delay. There we go. It says I bet 100% accuracy with 100 points. But you see how there's a count. Okay, let's go over the messages. It says a new song is starting. Type bet 30 to 100 and points to bet on song accuracy. You have 19 seconds to bet. Warning, 16 seconds. Warning, 13 seconds. Bet 100, 100. Warning, 7. Betting will close in 5, 4. I bet 100% accuracy with 100 points. Betting will close in 2, 1. Betting is now closed. And then I'm going to do points again. And then we're going to see I have 708 points. So it took away the 100 that I bet. And we're going to let it follow through. We're going to go through the whole betting process here. Song is going to stop here. See the song either gonna stop or has stopped. Let's see. I think it has stopped and it's processing. Okay, well, let's look at the chat. It says, um, song ended, actual accuracy 100%, total bets 1. Here are the results. Total points earned 200, total points lost 0. Points updated, type points to see how many points you have. Points. There's a large delay because I think I have a 5 seconds delay. I might have to do more leniency on the timing. Oh, it's because my program response operation timed out. Dang, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, it updated my points. So I won 200 and I got back the 100 that I bet. So overall, I got an increase of 300. That's the current logic anyways. It's just a day's logic. I got to keep re-emphasizing that. All right, so let's close this. We're going. I just went back. You didn't see it, but I just went back to the song. Now I'm going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to stop the song before the bets actually process. Okay, so I start the song and it's going, and then I have time to bet. I'm going to do bet on 80, 100. I'm just going to wait for the response for that bet to go through. So I bet 80% accuracy with 100 points. So what I'm going to do now is stop the program right here. Stop. Program's closed. And right when I close the program, it says Song Visualizer has stopped processing transaction. Or Song Visualizer has stopped processing transactional refunds for previous bets. Refunded 1 bets for 1 user totaling 100 points. So what happens if I start the program again? See what happens. Can't tell if it refunded again. Let's see. Points. Should have 1,008. 1,068. Yeah, it refunded me twice. So I have to look into that. Let's see. Let me just put a note. Don't have to do this one, but to do. This is not necessary. Program already hooked on quit. This is duplicate. But I'm going to have to look into why the transaction didn't process or something like that. But it's okay. One day of programming, this is happening. All right. So next up, same thing, start the song. New song is starting. You have this many seconds to bet. And we do bet 50, 100. Oh, wow. Well, that's not good. I bet before it closed. Well, that's something I have to figure out. But what I could do is stop the song. It says no bets were placed. Let me try it again. Back. Close out the session. Get rid of this. Start again. Bet 50, 100. I bet 50% accuracy with 100 points. Stop the song. Should stop the timer. That's one thing I guess I gotta work at, is it stopping that bet timer too. But on Twitch at least I got it to say, hey, song stopped. What's this? Low accuracy. So stop. Yeah, right here. No, stop song. To do double check on YouTube. Not this one. I know that one works. Just the one below it. Cancel timers. Song active. Send message. See, I was looking for that message. Song stopped and contains low accuracy. Let me just try it one more time. I'm gonna hit my quota soon. I can feel it. 1,000 tokens in a day. I'm hitting more than that. See, this is the error I was getting. That's wrong SSL version number. Only on YouTube. All right, we're gonna do a bet again. Bet 100. Then we're gonna stop. Wrong SSL version. Yeah, it didn't cancel the bet timer. Let's look into that real quick. It should have stopped the bet can't disable timer. It didn't. Or the countdown one. Cancel timers. Yeah, these. It should have. So let's see what the print says. But see, if I'm hitting the token limit already, it's like it's really hard to make any progress when I don't even have the tokens to get in a functional state, to get it in a state to work with users. But I'm gonna get to the database in a second here. Start song bet 100. Wait for the bet to go through, even though there's a delay. Okay. Stop. Song stops and contain slow accuracy. Recent bets remain and bet timer restart when song starts. That's what I was trying to get this whole time. Start the song. Betting time has been extended. You have 19 seconds to bet. Stop song. Song stopped and contains low accuracy. But recent bets remain. And we go to change the song. Let's go to Blue Sky. Actually, let's go to another test. Shorter test. Ghost test. And then we do, 8 seconds. I'm not going to have any time to bet. But you see, the song has been switched. Previous bets are disregarded. Refunded one bet for one user, totaling 100 points. All right. I mean, we could do something else, like start. Actually, that broke. It crashed. Good job. See, that's where you need to handle unprocessed transactions at the start. All right, let me just write a note here. Just say to do, make sure this isn't duplicating refunds from when purposefully quit, then that quit refund processes. Or I could delete the other one. Oh, I thought there was two of them. The bailout. Oh well. I'm not I'm not trying to program too much on this stream. I'm trying to demo. And speaking of demo, let's look at the database. So I demonstrated the code, demonstrated the demo, the user flow, and then gonna look at the database. Hold on. YouTube database. Oh no. Okay. You can see, trying to make it so you can actually read this. So we got open database. Okay, bet statistics not occupied. We got transactions, which these are from 6:16 to 6:18. I guess after 9 and went to tomorrow, I guess, Eastern time. So we got 5 transactions complete, or 4 completed, One pending, I guess. Let's refresh. See, I'm still going through the logic of the database. Maybe this isn't 100% functional. I haven't got that far. One weekend I only had. So we go to user points. It's only me. Oh yeah, that's not accurate. How did I have 1,000 a second ago? This was like before. Let's see. 940. Is it actually recent? User point. Oh well. I'll have to look into it more. Here's the user's points history of like I bet this much. I bet before I had it just as bet. Now I have it as bet place, bet process, bet place, refunded. And that's where I may have gone a little wrong, just having to double check. Because in this version there was some changes that I made compared to yesterday's. And I haven't fully tested yet today's before I made this video. So work in progress. But as you can see, I'm just trying to make it so that users have the ability to have points, bet on it, read, and I have my bot read chat, and then just keep track. And more, eventually, I could have more features like um, request, a song request, or whatever. But okay, that's it for this.